Relationships are difficult. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It gets even more complicated when children are involved. Things get truly ugly when there are uncooperative exes, ugly divorces, and custody arguments. When new significant others are added into the mix, things become truly volatile. Audrey Loving really wanted to be above the usual baby mama drama nonsense, even though she knew it would be difficult. However, when a new woman entered her ex's life, it became even harder. Audrey knew that kids listen all the time. She took to Facebook instead and sent a message that the new woman would not be able to ignore. When 18-year-old Audrey met Corey Henry, she immediately fell head over heels for him, as he did for her. They knew that they were meant to spend the rest of their lives together. Despite what they thought, however, things don't always work out as you plan. Against all odds, the couple's relationship grew from strength to strength, leading them to become engaged, planning a future together. Everything seemed to be perfect, and nothing could possibly go wrong. During this wonderful time, Audrey and Corey had a daughter together. The little girl was named Riley, and her presence made them a family. Unfortunately, that didn't mean that their lives would be filled with moonshine and roses. Audrey and Corey tried their best and worked as hard as possible to make the relationship work. Corey's job often kept them apart for weeks. This and other daily stresses soon put them in a position that they hoped they would never be in. Over time, it became clear that they only had one choice. They eventually agreed to split and end their marriage. While they both knew that it was the right decision to make for themselves, they were both worried about how it might affect young Riley. Both parents agreed to co-parent young Riley as best they could. While her mother had custody, her father, Corey, made sure to be as involved with his daughter's life as possible. He spent time with his daughter over weekends. In time, the family became used to the new arrangement. Just when it looked like the family had their new life figured out, and that Riley's life, happiness, and security was ensured, things took a new turn. This new development would, unfortunately, threaten this peaceful situation again. This new development was none other than a new woman, Whitney. Audrey was scared about what this would mean. She knew that one day both of them would move on. What she didn't expect, however, was that it would be so soon, and she wasn't prepared for this. There were more concerns on the horizon, however. Audrey was worried and apprehensive. Would this woman be a negative influence? Would her daughter like the new woman more? Would she lose her daughter to this new woman? Audrey knew that she would have to wait and see. When it was clear that things were becoming serious between Corey and Whitney, Audrey knew that she needed to make it clear. She needed to take control of the situation once and for all. Audrey decided to write out some very stern messages and lists of instructions to follow. She gave simple instructions, such as not leaving Riley alone in the bathroom. Whitney, however, responded in a stunning way, and Audrey most of all. Instead of getting angry or resisting, Whitney followed Audrey's instructions to the letter. She regularly sent Audrey photos of her and Riley together, and also sent text updates. Audrey was starting to think she may have been a bit too harsh on Whitney. Audrey realized that Whitney was by no means the evil stepmother. Audrey herself didn't want to fall into the role of the stereotypical mama bear, and she didn't want to make Whitney out to be a monster, especially since Whitney had given her no cause to.